In good times, bad times, any times, remember the grace and love from the three reunited most powerful, God, Tim Kwo-tu, and the Son of God.
Man pulls a snapping turtle person out of a pond drain. He just spotted an animal who was drowning. He seems to have gotten stuck in the drain. When the pond flooded because of heavy rains,
it's a turtle. Oh no.
Yeah, he's stuck in our drain here. Oh, shoot.
the pressure is too strong to pull him out. Dad has to avoid being bitten. All of a sudden,
Oh god! Why'd you drop them?
Get on camera.
Oh my god! Oh thank god! We're gonna die!
You're gonna die, little buddy.
Woo! Next time, be a little more careful, please.
Let me tell you a tale of two continents. One in the Atlantic, called Atlantis. Another in the Pacific, called Lemuria, or Mu.
Messages of Peace from the Inner Earth, Part 2 of 3. Please continue watching to find out more.
I do give all credits to veganism for being the man I am now in all directions, culinarily, mentally, physically, spiritually. Alex Lengel, vegan.
Hello friends, my name is Herman. Bosnia and Herzegovina is a land where time feels layered, where ancient mosques, churches and fortresses stand side by side, holding centuries of memory. In the countryside, plum trees grow heavy with fruit and evening light spills golden across the hills. An old proverb says, a good word opens iron gates, a truth you will find in the warmth of each welcome. Here, tradition lives gently in the everyday, and peace is quietly tended like a garden. May your spirit be nourished, and may each kind word you share bring a little more light into the world.
baby elephant tried to make friend with dog person.
Welcome to our show, Messages of Peace from the Inner Earth, Part 2 of 3. On our planet, a mystical land lies hidden below the surface, known as Agatha or Shambhala. People in this advanced society live in harmony with God's laws and dedicate themselves to spiritual enlightenment, technological innovation, and community upliftment, showcasing their profound wisdom. In part 1, we learned about the ancient mythology of Inner Earth and Admiral Richard E. Byrd's journey to meet the Ariani Master, who warned him that humanity must immediately halt the use of atomic energy. In this episode, we travel to California, United States, to learn more about Agatha from Sharula Dax, a Lemurian princess who came to the surface world from the inner earth city of Telos, located beneath Mount Shasta. In the early 1990s, Sharula Dax hosted conferences, provided interviews, and recorded tapes to educate people about Agathan culture and Earth's ancient calamities, which are pertinent to our modern times. She begins by providing insights into the Atlantis-Lemurian War from 25,000 years ago.
Let me tell you a tale of two continents. One in the Atlantic, called Atlantis. Another in the Pacific, called Lemuria, or Mu. 25,000 years ago, these two continents were battling each other on the ideology of the day. The Lemurians felt that the other, less evolved cultures should be left alone to continue on their own evolution scale. The Atlanteans believed that all the less evolved cultures should be brought under sway by the two evolved ones. This caused a series of wars between Atlantis and Lemuria. In these series of wars, thermonuclear devices were used. And when the wars were over and the dust cleared, in reality, there was no winner. The outback in Australia, the Mojave Desert, parts of the Gobi Desert, and the Sahara are all remains to remind man of the futility of this type of war. Lemuria and Atlantis itself became the victims of their own aggressions. Both the Lemurian homeland and the Atlantean homeland had been weakened by the wars. Thus, they knew that in about 15,000 years, both of their continents were going to sink completely. You might say, why would the people be upset at that time for something that was going to happen 15,000 years in the future? In those days, people lived for 20, 30,000 years commonly. They understood many of those who caused the havoc would see the end of the destruction.
Be vegan, 'cause the world is yours. Save it, man.
Knowing Earth's surface would soon be decimated due to their nonsensical use of thermonuclear weapons, Atlantis and Lemuria petitioned the Agathan network to join the Inner Earth Kingdom.
When Lemuria, which went down first almost 200 years before Atlantis sunk, they petitioned the Agartha network. The Agartha network is a network of subterranean cities that is guided by a city called Shambhala the Lesser, to distinguish it from Shambhala the Greater, which is the etheric Shambhala over the Gobi Desert. When Atlantis and Lemuria petitioned to build subterranean cities themselves and to be accepted into the Agarthian network, they had to prove to Shambhala the Lesser that they had learned the lessons of aggression, that they had learned the lessons of war.
Lemuria and Atlantis received approval from the Agarthan network to construct subterranean cities within the inner earth to save their civilizations. The Lemurians chose to build their city called Telos beneath Mount Shasta, located in Northern California.
California was part of the colonies, part of the area of the Lemurian lands, and they understood that Mount Shasta and those areas of California would survive the cataclysms. Mount Shasta already being a place of great sacredness on this planet. And there was already a very large domed cavern within it. And they decided to build upon that. And they constructed the city that we now call Telos. Telos was the name of the whole area of much of what is now the Southwest and much of what is now California was originally called Telos, which meant communication with spirit, oneness with spirit, understanding with spirit. It was constructed to hold a maximum of 2 million people.
However, due to the rapid escalation of cataclysms caused by thermonuclear weapons, the Lemurians were only able to bring 25,000 citizens into Telos.
The volcanoes started erupting so fast and sent so much debris into the air that where they had intended to try and save at least 1 million people from the Lemurian mainlands, they were only able to save 25,000. Thus, that was what was left of the Lemurian culture.
Turn vegan, feeling like the whole world are your friends? Ah, that we forgot to warn you so.
Precious viewers, let's pause for a moment to consider the daily actions we must take to help protect our wondrous planet. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. We'll return shortly.
Supreme Master TV Max. Maximize nearly limitless blessings everywhere. The new version of Supreme Master TV Max channels immeasurable blessings from the supreme grace of God. How to best utilize this free of charge tool. Easy. Play it on as many devices as possible.
Buy more, no use telephones, old tablets, anything, the more the better. Spread it anywhere, in your garage, in your garden, in your car, on your bus, at your work, quietly of course, everywhere. The more the better, because right now the blessing power is spread out so incredibly, almost like limitless. So you make use of that in order to strengthen the positive power in this world, to help me to save it, okay? Save people.
Go to suprememastertv.com/max. Click the button that is for your device. One is for PC or Android phone or tablet. The other is for Apple iOS phone or tablet and any other device. Under that, you can click on the plus screens buttons for Max. Each Max screen has a nearly infinite number of screens behind it. 1 plus 119,200 max. Watch one big screen of Supreme Master TV with a thin line of 119,200 screens of max around it, along with additional smaller screens. The most powerful daily prayer can be viewed similarly, with even more max screens surrounding it. Combo. See Supreme Master TV alongside 3 or more smaller screens of max. Enjoy our TV and the immense blessing at the same time. The download button downloads a video or audio file of the most powerful daily prayer to your device to keep the positive energy flowing without an internet connection. Please tell all you know, all others, so this can help the whole world to be saved. Print out a Supreme Master TV Max card to distribute wherever you go, for example, if it is safe for you.
That kind of concentrated, huge, incredible energy will bless your home, bless your environment, your village, your town, or your city. And if many people do that, will bless your country, bless the world. Then our world will have less disasters, less war, more happiness, more intelligence, and more abundant blessings in our life. Just try it and you'll see the miracles that will happen.
Please visit suprememastertv.com/max, youtube.com/@folia999/streams, or youtube.com/@suprememastertvlive/streams.
Cute guinea pig people play tug of war with a blade of grass.
Welcome back to our show, Messages of Peace from the Inner Earth, Part 2 of 3. Lemurian Princess Sharula Dux shares insights into Atlantis' last days.
Atlantis itself started shaking at the same time Lemuria was going down, and Atlantis continued to shake and lose parts of its land for 200 years before it too finally went completely down. The Atlanteans moved into their city, which was built underneath the Mato Grosso plateau in what is now Brazil, which had been Atlantean territories at that time.
After Atlantis and Lemuria settled their survivors into Akatha, the fallout of the nuclear war devastated Earth's surface for over 2,000 years, destroying most of the flora, fauna, and human civilizations at that time.
For almost 2,000 years after the Atlantean and Lemurian catastrophes, the planet was still shaking. To lose two huge land masses within 200 years of each other, plus the planet was still witnessing the effects of the thermonuclear weapons that had been used in the Atlantean-Lemurian wars. Plus the fact that so much debris had been thrown into the atmosphere that it never became quite bright daylight for almost 300 years after Atlantis' destruction. This caused many life forms, plant forms, to go extinct in those civilizations that survived it. Egypt, Peru, Rama, better known as India. In many places, people became so frightened by the constant earth activity that civilization started deteriorating very, very fast. Most of the cities were shook to rubble. Even those who survived, even the tidal waves, even the earthquakes, hunger was rampant. Disease was rampant. Some areas of civilization, like those future named Egypt and such, did survive. They even kept their civilization intact. But even they started losing the highest elements of their civilization.
The most powerful daily prayer for any time and before meditation, which is the order from God and Supreme Master Ching Hai, shares with us by His blessed grace.
We humbly worship, praise, thank, obey, and love God Almighty, the Most High, the greatest, for world vegan, world peace, and our soul liberation. We thank, love, praise the only Son of God, who is the ultimate Master for our salvation. We follow the teaching of all the saints and sages. We thank, love, and praise them, who are the representatives of God for our spiritual elevation.
In modern times, evidence is surfacing about the existence of Atlantis, Lemuria, and other highly advanced societies on our planet, as well as possible human-induced calamities that occurred thousands of years ago. Our most beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, has also shared revelations into the destruction of Atlantis and Lemuria.
In the old time, long time ago in the history of mankind, we have Atlantis, we have Lemuria, yes, we have the Mu people. And they had far more advanced technology than we have right now. Now, we could only imagine it, but still they destroyed themselves because they did not pay attention to the karmic consequences, to the law of impeccable universe karma pattern. Do you understand me? It's not even a little feather can escape the karmic consequences of the universal law. They rely on high tech, you know, they rely on their intellectual cleverness on the mind, and they think they can invent this, invent that, and that we stop this, stop that, but all gone. It's good that we can dig out some of these remnants and then think about it.
Through the Ariane Master's message to Admiral Richard E. Byrd, highlighted in Part 1, and Sharula Duck's account of the ancient Atlantis-Lemurian War, the Inner Earth people seem to be alerting humanity to turn away from violence, war, and the use of atomic and nuclear energy and weapons, to ensure we do not make the same planet-destroying mistake as our ancestors. Aligning with these warnings, Supreme Master Ching Hai revealed in March 2025 that a malfunctioning nuclear fusion system in China put Earth on the brink of devastation.
So if we don't stop this fusion, the energy of the fusion will disturb the cycle of the spinning of the planet. And, oh God, and the world, as we know it now, will end. 1 day and 12 hours, that's the time we have to fix this. Pray God.
By the grace of God Almighty, the Most High, the greatest, and prompt action by the Chinese government, the crisis was averted. However, now Earth faces another planetary emergency. On April 2nd, 2025, Supreme Master Ching Hai shared the following urgent message.
God told me that humans should fear forward destruction and fear forward karma. And I asked God, what shall we fear for now? And God said that the earth will explode. And I said, but when? So he said from 1st of June, 2025 until November 15th, same year. So I'm told that the magnetic field does not shield Earth because it has some damage and it's getting bigger. 67% of the population will die. And 25% wounded. Oh, sorry, 15% wounded.
Similar to Atlantis and Lemuria facing the karmic consequences of their destructive ways 25,000 years ago, our modern civilization seems to be at the same critical boiling point. However, we still have time to avert this potential calamity. We must learn from humanity's past mistakes and adapt the ways of the advanced Inner Earth society. We must turn to God and we must go vegan.
Vegan, mitigating climate change without cost. Thou have our complete trust, devotion, and love, O the most glorious, three reunited, most powerful, God, Timquotu, and the Son of God.
Truth-seeking viewers, thank you for being with us today. Please join us for the third and concluding episode of Messages of Peace from the Inner Earth on Wednesday, June 18th. Coming up next is Communicating with Love, Part 2 of 5, on Between Master and Disciples. May humanity immediately go vegan and save our glorious planet in the grace of the Most High.
Being vegan, having peace, doing good deeds, life is a feast.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/ss.
Τα προγράμματά μας προσφέρονται σε πολλές γλώσσες. Παρακαλούμε δείτε suprememastertv.com/schedule και suprememastertv.com/SS.
Also, be sure to follow us on our socials: YouTube, Facebook, Getter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Nico, Pinterest, Reddit, Substack, Telegram, Threads, TikTok, Truth Social, Tumblr, VK, and X, previously known as Twitter, in multiple languages by searching Supreme Master TV.